Okay, good evening, ladies and gents. This is your man of the plan, the man for been back since about almost a month ago. This is Rick, aka the guy. Not doing. Hey guys, this is Proph with Joseph. I know I haven't been on from the last time, like about a month or two ago, and I'm gonna go a quick elaboration of how I did, but that I will go into more detail on the 4.5 episode. Right now, we're on episode 4 of Prof Talk. Basically, we're gonna do it like this. Um, the reason why if none of you guys see my last Facebook video that I only post on Facebook about explaining why I haven't make the videos this past October, only made one, is because of scheduling conflict in terms of when to do it on when wrestling started and when to do it when it's not wrestling. Also, another reason is like a personal reason, and I think I explained about that in the Facebook video, which is under it explains about the Christie and the Coral. So if you look for that video, it's like right there. So right now I'm doing waiting for my buddy to be on the line with me, but apparently he is not on the. Apparently he told me that we're gonna do it at 6 o'clock, but it's what if he's doing something with his family. I have no respect. I have respect for I have respect for he gotta do what his family gotta do. Same with me. Anyway, point of the matter is this. Um, First of all, happy daylight time saving. I hope that everybody get the hour back of sleep or whatever the case may be. In certain cases, hope we get an hour overtime, whatever the case. Main thing is about this. Right now, I just realized it's 2 days before the election. I was gonna go elaborate more on that, but I'm gonna give you a summary of what I personally think. I found out there was a video of Donald Trump running away from one of his rallies because somebody said gun or something like that. I looked at the video, I thought it was like I didn't get it. I saw like the ending, I didn't see like the whole thing, so I don't know about that, so I'll have to check it out. Number 2, we're in a situation that we don't even know who you want in office. One talks about, like, certain races, about all the Mexicans, all the blacks and stuff like that. That certain things is not right with certain certain creed and race, because it's, there are organization fits with the races respectively, and also, but at least he's honest about it. I have to give him credit for, but despite the fact of that, you cannot be saying certain things, especially if you can get the Hispanic vote, the women vote, the men vote, the women vote, the men vote, the black vote, any type of vote, any race or gender votes that make that, I'm gonna give it like a little, and before I go into it, I'm gonna give you a little history about voting. Some people have the misconception of how people become president. I'm gonna give you an example how it works. It works by, most people know, is by electoral colleges, electoral votes. It works like this. Our votes depend on certain electoral votes. So New York have like 34, 33 electoral votes, and we have about, the population of registered voters should be like about, I would say about, if I'm right, hopefully I'm wrong, like about 16 million or something like that, 16 millions. But out of 16 million, there are some, like, if there's like 9 million people vote for Hillary and 7 million people vote for Trump, that 7 million vote will not count. The 9 million votes will make the 33 electoral votes either a blue state, and so on and so forth with the red state. So that's how it goes. So if you need more elaboration on that, ask your if you're in high school, ask a U.S. government teacher, or ask somebody who knows about history. They will actually or who's into politics. They will actually explain to you more efficiently how electoral colleges work. So I know the basics. I don't know like the specific or anything. Now that aside, my thing is like this. Yes, Trump say something that's very rude and bigoted. However, when we saw something with Hillary as well, with the emails and stuff like that, they want to know what emails they sent. And also, I saw last week the FBI just came in the election about Hillary and stuff like that, and I heard about Hillary's being questioned by the FBI, whatever case may be. So we don't even know. We don't know if it's set up. We don't know. I'm not a type of guy who goes say that is a setup or not, or whatever case may be. So I personally don't know, so I can't give a definite. But I do know this: in life, everything will come out, no matter how famous you are, how many, doing what you have to do. But still, you cannot be doing that though. If you're going to office and if you're going to do something that reckless, at least you should know by now not to do some crazy stuff like that. So, um, and that's about it. And I think that, like, for me, I don't even know who to vote for anymore at this time right now, because of how politics is playing out and how other things is going. So that's what, with me personally, it's just crazy. Like, nowadays people say, I don't care about the election, I don't do this, and next thing you know, you care. But I know you don't care about the candidates, whatever the case may be, because we already know what happened. But whatever the fact is the problem is not like who is the most qualified anymore. That question is negated, and the question is who is least qualified to not to vote for president, which I think is the actual question. And nowadays people will say it's a prophecy that Trump's gonna become president in the 7 years. I'm not gonna go into that. It's like that's going into it's like religion, and I'm not trying to be religious. I'm not gonna use the word try to be religious. I'm not trying to go into a religious issue when it comes to that. I'm not gonna go into that. It's like a little off. However, to be honest with me, the only reason I know Hillary Clinton, the only reason I heard of her, because at first she was Bill Clinton's first lady, and there was some scandal with Monica Lewinsky. I'm not gonna go into that again. Then after that, she became Senator of New York. And after that, she tried to do the first wave when she was trying to get Obama, when she trying to run for president back in '08 with Obama, and Obama got in. Then nowadays everything's a little funny, so we have to make sure the person is qualified, the person can under pressure. But if you're saying some reckless stuff like that, there'll be I tell you, people like oh, I'm like assassinate, and I don't like to use the word assassinate. I don't like that word, especially with presidents, stuff like that. I don't like it. Nowadays, we're watching like world leaders like France, Germany, great UK, Russia, and stuff like that. And next thing they trying to find out, nowadays I hear people saying they're embarrassed because they have the two least qualified candidates because of certain stuff is happening. But I cannot. There's nothing you can do, because if it was up to me personally, I would actually vote for Bernie Sanders, but he's not in the election because Hillary beat him. So I cannot. So I cannot vote for him. Some people say you should pencil in and stuff like that, which is a little more easier per se, but in actuality, no one's gonna because apparently he's not like a candidate supposed to be penciled in or something like that. I don't know, but I do know this: we have to make sure that what we're doing is right, and we have to make sure that there's nothing funny, nothing weird, and hopefully that everything will be fine. That's the main concern. But the fact of the matter is that we don't know what's gonna happen for the next 4 years, because some people think that even if Trump becomes elected, transition. It's equivalent. What happened back then is gonna be equivalent what happened now. Like Trump is a Republican president. The House is gonna be either all Democrats, or in the House. Not in the House. I'm sorry. Congress is gonna be mostly Democrats, which means the House is gonna be Democrat, and the Senate is gonna be Democrat. So that's the main thing. And right now, Obama is a Democratic president, which is run by a Republican Senate and Republican House of Representatives, which is the Republican Congress. Because 2 years ago, not 2 years ago, back in 2008, when Obama became president, he was a Democratic president, and he ran the Democratic. Everything in the House is Democratic, no problem. Like the Senate, the whatever, and the laws passed quicker with the first 2 years. Nowadays, the Republicans have a fit about that, so they made the House a Republican Republican dominated House of Representatives, and the Senate is still Democratic. So when they try to make, because Congress has to make laws, wait, how's it go? The House, I'm trying to remember. The House make the laws, the Congress, pass, approves or whatever case may be, and goes down to the president. If I'm right, I'm trying to remember how it goes, but I know federal vetoes that Congress have to have 2/3 of the vote, overriding with 2/3 of the vote, whatever. Anyway, back to what I was saying. Within from 2010 to 2000, I think 14, 16, no, 2010 to 2014. After 2014, the whole Congress Republican and Obama Democrat is to a point that Obama had to make some. Okay, since no one's gonna pass this, I'm gonna use executive order and stuff like that. And also there were some times that Republicans not getting fame because of what happened when they shut down the government. Everything was going up and all that stuff like that. So they got penalized for it. So they don't want the shutdown to happen. So if Hillary becomes president, I think it's gonna be all Democrat for the first 2 years. Then after it's gonna be Republican. It's gonna be like a mix of Democrats and basically mostly Republicans in either Senate or House and vice versa on the Senate and House. So that's how it works. And electoral colleges is very difficult to do. And my thing is that hopefully we choose which president we know that are gonna get the job done as well at the same time, making sure everything is cool and stuff like that. Make sure nowadays people not looking at like art. People not looking like what about the jobs? What about this? What about that? And then now they focus on listen. I know you want to have fun. I know you want to get money quick, but what about your future? What if they cut off I don't want to say this. What if they cut off EB like welfare? What if they cut off public assistance? What happens to it? What if they reduce the time to get public assistance? What would happen? And what will also happen when they get out of certain race? And I don't agree with certain people that talk about illegal immigrants and stuff like that. I understand the concept, but you cannot punish. Some people come in illegally, which is not right to do, and I know it's against the law, but still, they should have done it the right way. I understand the process takes long or whatever case may be, but when you tell somebody you're gonna build a wall over it and tell them Mexico to pay it, you kind of legit piss off Mexico. So you don't want no war with that, and especially it's next to the border, and that's why some people say they're gonna, as soon as the election is over, they're gonna go to Canada or whatever case or whatever island. Anyway, besides the United States. This is when people mess up. Conception think that okay, we're gonna be in by the time election time is over, we have a new president right away. That's not how it works. In one of those in the Constitution, one of the men, I forgot which one, but I do know that inauguration starts on January 20th or January 19th to 21st, the third week of January of an election year. So basically, got till now to all the way to let me look at the date just to be sure. I'm using my computer, so just give me 1 second. Oh, from now to between January 19th to the 21st or the 22nd, the latest. That's inauguration. So you got from now till between the 19th and the 22nd of January of next year to you got like 2 months and change to do what you got to do. If you think that whatever you don't like become president, whatever you think is gonna collapse, it's fine. But we have to know what we have to do. I mean, nowadays we don't want to quit the job, and there's no job out there, and the election kind of is like the viewpoint of what will happen in this election, because we have to worry about 4 years, and the next 4 years, is the same election, which will be 2020. So we have to be conscientious of what we're doing, be conscientious of how we're saving the money, be conscientious of doing what we have to do. And it's to a decree that it is very crazy. And next thing I hear people with the buses and stuff like that. It's even though it's unrelated to this, but it's involved. When you go around saying that Trump should get rid of all the illegals in certain places, I agree, but to an extent that We all commit crimes too. Even we got U.S. citizens, we commit crimes as well. So you cannot blame crime and stuff up to illegal immigrants and stuff like that. We all respond, illegal immigrants or not. We all commit crimes, whether it's like larceny or whatever it's like like a misdemeanor or felony. We are who we are, and you don't go around blaming a certain race or certain because of what happened in certain neighborhood. I understand the neighborhood used to be nice back in the day, but you have to remember people's coming in from different races, even though whatever the status, whether they come in legally, illegally, whatever the case may be, they have a right to experience America. They have a right to you know do think get live the American dream. I don't know what that is, but still, we don't take despite how it is, we're the ones. I'm not illegal, so I was born. For the record, is anybody think I'm illegal? I was born in the Bronx. I was born in Lincoln Hospital. Okay, so just to put it out there, if anybody want to ask for a birth certificate, you come in. I'll even video camera my birth certificate. But that's beside the point. Point is, there are some people thinking that because of a certain people, that's why crime goes up. No, it depends of something like gentrification. Yeah, but I'm gonna go a little bit unrelated, but involve this. I understand this. If anybody takes the Long Island Railroad, there are branches. There's the Babylon branch. There's the main line, like the Hempstead, West Hempstead, Oyster Bay, Oyster Bay, Huntington, Port Jeff, Ronkonkoma, Greenport. Anything that runs on like Mineola, that side, as they call it, the main line. They say the main line is not treated like in terms of like repairs or whatever case may be. Yes, I agree with that, but at the same time, they try and do the best they can, But the main line is kind of a big line, and especially with the Babylon, the reason why they have the Babylon branch is because the Babylon's on top, and they don't have to do that much construction because the main line is always in the street. So we don't know there's more accidents on the main line than is on the Babylon line because the Babylon's above height. So I said they can is maintained easier, but there's still no excuse. I understand they should treat it equal. However, and I use that term loosely. However, you cannot blame a certain race because you used to live there within 20 years. If you want to move out of something you don't want to do, you can go ahead. You can move out to different places. You can move out to Suffolk. You can move out to Long Island. You can move out to the city. You can even move up to upstate. But you cannot, we can do what we have to. I understand we have to unify, like how certain races do. But still, come on. You cannot discriminate. It's like, you cannot say that, certain races for certain races. You say, oh, Trump's gonna change everything. Yes, and yes, unrelated subject. Ed McGannell got arrested for certain stuff, and he's indicted. I'm using the term indicted. Arrested is not got bail also. He's indicted for fraud and whatever case may be. Yes, I heard a rumor about Nice Bus becoming MTA. That's what I heard. I may be right. I may be wrong. I don't know. Because I found out the contract for Viola is 2021. Viola Transdev. Nice Bus is like one of those buses that you see at Jamaica Avenue or Jamaica Terminal that goes to Long Island. So, if anybody don't know why, because if there are videos of how Nice Bus is poorly maintained, like as poor service, and also cutting routes because they don't come out to they don't have the proper equipment, don't have the proper supervisor, they don't have anybody just watching it. My main thing is make sure that properly examine. That's why if you want to be cheap with the money, I understand Nassau is. I understand the Nassau like finances is by a thing called NFIA and IFA. Somebody that just controls with the economy and stuff, with the budget and stuff like. But despite all that, they have to make sure that we have to make sure that we live together. We have to make sure we get along. There are some races, yes, they are, and we have to make sure that we have to get things done. We have to make sure we cannot take it lightly as usual, but we have to make sure it's serious because the next 4 years we never know that if we're going to keep our jobs or it's going to be a point that there's going to be some cuts, there's going to be some stuff, and there's going to be some opportunity going to be either given more or it's going to be taken away to a point that it's going to be, the poverty level might go up, or there will not be there will be only like a very 1%, and there's going to be 99% poor, whatever case may be, or the class structure is going to be very messed up. So we don't know what's going to happen, so I don't take things seriously like that. So it's to a point right now I'm not even worried about being a relationship. Being a relationship to me is like unrelated, sorry about that. Like to a point that I'm worried about my job, I'm worried about how am I gonna take care of my family, I'm worried about how I'm gonna take care of the bill, how am I gonna worry about I'm worried about those stuff because what can we do? Is that's it. So election day is a very humble year, and I hope you guys vote. Even though I'm thinking about should I vote or not because of how the election set up. Because normally I do vote, but the way how it is, I don't even know. But still, if you don't, at least when you vote, at least you try. That's it. But that's how it is. So and that's about it. And also another thing, another thing that I respect everything that you do, and I respect that they take that opportunity and they will do what's right for voting. They will do anything as best they can. So that's about it. And I hope the guy you picked the right choice, because if anybody don't like the choice, hey, that's life. My name is Rick, and I'm gonna do 4.5 episode 4.5 real quick. That's unrelated to this. This is election day, and I hope you guys had a good daylight time saving, and I hope for any excuse about what happened early today, but I still have somebody in the podcast. But right now, episode 4.5 will come up in few minutes, so just give me 1 second. So I'll be able to learn episode 4.